Alrighty. Pull up the screen here. Alrighty, mind. I am just getting myself oriented out here at the Waikiki Honolulu Zoo in front of the statue of Gandhi, fasting from food and water myself until we get a response from Tucker Carlson to cover both the end of nuclear war, which I'm going to read to you now, as well as the Budapest Memorandum. I wanted to cover that as part of the 30th anniversary, wherein Russia had contracted America to guarantee Ukraine's sovereignty against Russian aggression as an extension of the golden years of brotherhood between Yeltsin and Clinton, of which this personifies and documents. Budapest Memorandum. But first, to the end of nuclear war, and I'm surprised, as far as I know, nobody else caught this. So, Putin's Oreshnik Missile just killed nuclear war. And I have a petition, which is included. Tucker Carlson is in Moscow right now to interview Putin and, quote, stop World War III, as Tucker put it. We request Tucker Carlson to ask Putin if he would consider nuclear warheads now that he has his hypersonic Oreshnik missiles. The Oreshnik allows Russia to reach NATO military targets throughout Europe with no American countermeasure. If the Oreshnik missile can obliterate 100% of NATO military targets without nukes, what justification is there to add Nukeheads? We are asking for the end of Nukeheads, not missiles. Putin may consider this because Russia now has the military advantage. Tucker need but ask Putin. We request Tucker to kindly ask Putin this simple question. Tucker went to Russia to stop World War III. He may have just ended the age of nuclear war along with it. We get to end... Matter's about to go dead. We get to end World War III by simply offering our signature here and our humble request of Tucker. Please sign and forward to as many people as possible, ASAP. This is offered by Ragonomics and its Ukraine-Russian Peace Initiative, aka European. Details. The Oreshnik ended any pretense of justification for Nukeheads. Putin technologied himself right out of nuclear war and made nukes obsolete for the first time for all time. Putin's latest ICBM Oreshnik missile obliterates any justification for nuclear weapons. Putin's latest missile technology is so advanced it can hit military targets throughout Europe. It strikes within meters of accuracy. It travels at hypersonic speeds of 8,000 miles per hour. They are bunker busting. Putin says America cannot stop them. There is no Western countermeasure to Putin's Oreshnik missile. If the Oreshnik can obliterate 100% of NATO's military targets without nukes, what justification is there to add Nukeheads? Nukeheads are no longer an act of war, but weapons of mass terrorism. The Oreshnik missile wiped out an entire Ukrainian arms factory with a single strike and little civilian casualties. If the factory is wiped out, why then slaughter 50,000 residents of a town as a nuclear warhead would? The bombing success removes any military excuses for adding a nuclear warhead. The Oreshnik has unwittingly become the greatest nuclear weapon of peace and may well have just signed the death warrant for nuclear weapons everywhere. Putin's latest missile attacks have unwittingly canceled all military excuses for Russia to ever use nuclear warheads again. We request Tucker Carlson to simply ask Putin. Putin may give it a fair consideration. Let's find out. Ask him. That brings us to the second and third parts of this petition. Part 2, ask Putin about the Budapest Memorandum on this 30th anniversary of its signing. And 3, would President Trump consider an end to nuclear warheads too? Part 2, ask Putin about Budapest Memorandum. Tucker, today is the 30th anniversary of the Budapest Memorandum. Russia agreed to never temper or invade Ukraine. Russia offered this if Ukraine handed over their 1,700 nukes. This was in 1984, 30 years ago. This is the 30th anniversary. Ukraine agreed to give over their nukes if America guaranteed their sovereignty against Russian aggression. America did so, along with England, Ireland, France, and China. What better way to celebrate this 30th anniversary than for Russia to now renounce their own nukes as well? We will have gone full circle. Part 3 asks Trump if he would consider renouncing Nukeheads as well. This petition above started as part of the 8 reasons for the fast below and culminated in the signature drive. So the rest of the, I had the 8 reasons for doing this fast, and they were far more in accusatory, a little bit more attitude there, going after both Putin and Tucker Carlson. But once I heard he was in Moscow, I became really excited with the idea. He just asked Putin, "Hey, listen, you got the military technology advantage. You don't have to kill any civilians, and meanwhile take out 100%." He said, basically said he could take out any military target. Would you consider giving up Nukeheads? And it's so anticlimactic that we may have just ended the era of nuclear weapons. Sort of, what was that one? Just quietly, there was, I forgot what that literary phrase was, on a whimper. And nobody seems to realize Putin just killed the era of nuclear weapons. All we need to do is raise our voice, ask Tucker to ask Putin, and by the end of this weekend, we may in fact have a general recognition, or at least consideration, from both Putin and President Trump, and of course then the others. It's just a question of time to, have them do the same, and end to nuclear warheads, nuclear war. So that is part 1 of the 7 parts of the reasons for doing this fast. And I will take my water and or food as soon as we hear back from Tucker Carlson to cover these 2 things. Big aloha from Waikiki. I do have a handwritten petition here for all those that would like to come in person and join our solidarity for these things, and the prospects of. So we have the 7th of December right behind us, or coming up shortly, wherein the Japanese attacked. America was able to eventually win victory. And so the Budapest Memorandum 30th anniversary may be a victory over all nuclear weapons as well. Big aloha. Raga Jufre, Thragonomics, president and author of our 30 books of Thragonomics, of which this is the 30th. And have a beautiful weekend. Merry Christmas.